That really is old school.
No, it is.
Batting through.
But imagine what they might have done at the other end if they'd known that he could bat 50 overs straight through and score 100. So de Kock has to weigh up the situation now and decide what his role will be. For the moment, I'm sure he'll just continue to do what he's been doing. But Ravi Ashwin, in for his first game of the tournament, makes the breakthrough, 1 for 21. And it's absolutely perfect, of course, being brought in for the three left-handers, and he gets the right-hander.
Indeed. Very clever bowler, Ravi Ashwin there. Very good at varying his pace. He's a pretty good big spinner of the ball, well in the right conditions. Very tricky man to come by. And serious drinks break, there's a bit of a huddle going on for the Indian team. Is Dhoni back out there? Hasn't returned yet, I don't think. But he's a wicket keeper and he wasn't facing a fast bowler, so I don't think he's probably done any damage to his finger.
Every time I see or read or hear somebody say that Dhoni never practices his wicket keeping, the more I become convinced that he must do so in the privacy of his own net in his basement. Because Stephen Fleming was the latest one. He coaches rising Pune Supergiant. He says Dhoni never wears the gloves outside of a match, never practices his keeping. And I keep thinking, how's that possible?
Doesn't do the washing up at home enough.
I mean, how's he so good?
Well, you know, I suppose at his time of life he thinks, well, you know, do I really need to keep practicing? Because I remember when Alan Border played for Essex, come August, he'd had enough of fielding practice, and we'd turn out and go out and do the usual things, fielding practice before the start of the day's play. And he said, I'm not going out there, mate. I've had a gutful of fielding practice. And he thought, I'm not going to forget how to catch, you know, just because I don't get out and do some practice.
At that stage, he'd been playing for 20 years, hadn't he?
Not that long, probably, but I mean, Dhoni certainly has been playing for 20 years.
And I suppose, if you go with the riding the bike theory,
you just leave yourself open, don't you? If you clang a few, they'll say, well, you should be practicing a bit, shouldn't you? You keep catching them, you can do what you like.
True enough. It's always reminds me of the story that South Africa went to the subcontinent for the first time, and Kepler Wessels had them out there in the mid-morning heat of Colombo, the humidity at 100%, and took the team through its normal warm-up period before the beginning of a test match. On break-off as Ashwin is in to the new batsman Faf du Plessis, off the mark immediately with a single down towards long on as Hardik Pandya comes in to do the fielding. But Kepler Wessels had the team out there doing the usual hour warm-up, and they were absolutely broken afterwards. They were all dehydrated, exhausted. Arjuna Ranatunga was sitting with his feet up in the changing room drinking a cup of tea.
Well, it's like Inzamam. Have you ever watched the net practice with Inzamam al-Haq when he was captain of Pakistan? He used to have a man bring a big chair out for him.
Here's Ashwin. Down the leg side. A little tickle by de Kock. I don't know whether it was actually off the bat. It could have been. Off the pad, was it?
Just flipped his pad, I think. Certainly the standing umpire looked at square leg and tapped his leg.
Ashwin to de Kock. Forward he comes, plays defensively out onto the offside, and there's no run. De Kock 35, Faf du Plessis has 1. De Kock 35 from 53 balls, 3 fours, 18 overs gone. Virat Kohli won the toss, decided to bowl first. South Africa having first use of what looks to be another beautiful Kia Oval batting surface. 77 for 1. What is a good score here? What is a good score? Alex Tudor might know. He's spent enough time playing here, but 320 wasn't good enough for India.
Par. 320 par. I've just been having a chat outside and with a few, and I just feel it's got that feel of South Africa going to be quite happy with how they're going about things, but I just felt they need a little bit more impetus in that order, because they know the wicket's very good. And I just feel a little bit like when India played against Sri Lanka, you could end up about 20-30 short. But we will have to wait and see if I'll be proven right.
Well, Looks like you're right at the moment. That's certainly the feel as a new over begins from Jadeja. And that one is driven out towards the cover sweeper for a single. 77 for one. 78 for one. I mean, South Africa, I've had concerns. During the last 2 years, Tudes, they've won, or 2.5 years, they've won 12 out of 14 series, including a couple of clean sweeps, one against Australia. They're not world number one by accident. Jadeja, Faf du Plessis, and he picks up 2. You know what? He's only faced 4 balls. Faf du Plessis got 5, and he's played a shot at every one. What that tells me is that he thinks that they're a little behind. Jadeja, left arm over the wicket, bowled again. Du Plessis plays another one. Drives it out to the sweeper.
You're just coming out looking busy, isn't he, Neil? We just come out looking busy with that intent. Even if you're not looking for boundaries, just in your intent with the way you're at the crease, with the way he's playing with his hands.